It was at that point that a holographic image appeared on the desk next to me and my father as I was leaning over the table talking to him. It appeared to be some sort of holographic display of a woman. "Greetings, Mr. Moon. The tests are complete. All scans have been accomplished. Data is now available. Would you like this data displayed, sir?" "Yes," my father replied, looking over to the holographic projection. "Display encrypted data. Authorization Holo Key 9. Permission status granted by Raphael Moon. Password accepted. Clearance verified," the hologram replied to my father. "Now displaying analytic data," the hologram said as a flurry of bright light began to fill the space beside the desk. A large holographic display whirling about with different images, readouts, scans, everything. A level of detail that was quite frankly absurd. So many different scans that they couldn't all fit on the screen. They were simply whirling by. My eyes could keep up with it, but I doubt that any regular person could. All requested scan data has been achieved. Results are outside normal parameters. Outside of... What do you mean outside of normal parameters? Advanced scan data. According to genetic analysis, the individual in question has been scanned thoroughly. Their genetic makeup is a perfect match for that of Gabrial Moon, matching the data for the genetic scans gathered previous to his disappearance. All genetic linkages are unharmed, showing no signs of ever having been altered, reconstructed, or reformatted. Genetic age has been verified. Cell health, vitality, and structure matches that of someone of the exact age matching that of Gabrial Moon, or the equivalent of what he would be should he have lived to this day, down to the nanosecond. As far as all scans are possibly able to tell, the individual within the room is without question Gabrial Moon. However, there are variations that were unexpected. What variations? My father said, starting to look confused. It didn't look like this one had come up with any of the previous fakes. Upon intense deep-level scanning, heavy nanotech activity was detected. "So he is using nanotech," my father said, starting to look furious again, beginning to clench his fists tightly. "Yes, the individual within the room is indeed rampant with nanotech technology. However, according to scans, the functionality of these nanites does not match that of any biotech's designed nanite, nor any opposing company test designs, at least not those that have been released to the public. Scans reveal that these nanites are actually of a superior design, yielding a higher level of efficiency than any nanotech nanite on the market. Their design and functionality is, at best, nearly 60 years more advanced than what we are currently capable of producing." "What? That's impossible!" Biotech Industries is the leader in nanite technology. No one has better nanites. No one who even attempts to make them comes close. We are 40 years beyond any competition. "The tests are conclusive," the computer replied. "Further anomalies have been detected. After detecting nanites within the system and attempting deep scan of these nanites, a biotech encrypted frequency was detected." "What?" "This frequency allowed direct connection to the nanite system, but only under a very specific set of circumstances. requiring the presence of Gabrial moon, Raphael moon, an individual labeled as Dealer 1, who matches the description of an individual within the room. Even the location in which we are standing, or more aptly, you are standing, is part of the security lock program. In other words, it is a combination lock of sorts, allowing the nanites to be activated only under the extremely specific circumstances found in this room at this exact time. Even the time itself was another tumbler within this lock, offering one-time access to the nanite system, their design, their functionality, and the memory base stored within. Memory base? What do you mean, memory base? Nanites can't have a memory base. Unfortunately, you are incorrect, sir. Our nanites are incapable of having a memory base. However, the design of these nanites is far superior to our own, as I have already stated. The encryption, once released, allowed the release of the memory stored within the nanite structure. This included a full memory backup of all activity from the nanites since their activation, no more than 1 week ago. The nanite's primary function is that of enhancement, as well as scan, measurement, and data analysis, intercommunication with other nanites, and rapid transfer of data between multiple nanite-infused devices or constructs. The nanites have effectively massively increased neural function, allowed neural repair, enhanced networking between neurons, allow control over neurological functions, and flow of information between the brain and the body, affecting a radical increase in all mental capabilities. However, these increases have no bearing or effect whatsoever on appearance, genetic structure, neurological makeup, and are incapable of altering memory formats within biological beings. They may repair them, but not change them. Effectively, this eliminates all questions of whether the nanites have been used in order to impersonate Gabrial Moon. The individual in question is as they were when the nanites were first implanted. Recent memories, recorded through the nanites into the memory banks, have verified this information, and also allowed me to determine that, without question, the individual has not lied since they got here. No deceptions have been detected within the system, as they are heavily wired within his neurological state. Any deception would have been detected and relayed to me. What in the hell is going on? This doesn't make any sense. The final anomaly. Within the stored information recorded within the nanite memory base, there appears to be a message. What? A message? From who? The message is not encoded with an individual's name, rather a title. The message itself is entitled The Believer. It is set to play only one time, after which, according to the data scans, this information will delete itself. Would you like me to play the message? Yes, play it immediately, my father shouted, now looking at the hologram with a mixture of emotions between startled, surprised, and exceptionally curious, as a voice wavelength signal showed up within the holographic display. Hello. If you are listening to this, then congratulations, Gabriel. You have successfully won the Black Label races and reached the next checkpoint within your destiny. If you are wondering at this point, yes, I am indeed the Believer, the one who gave you this gift, the nanites that have empowered you, giving you the ability to take what it is that you desire. By this point, you have no doubt recovered your memories, and now recognize the name Gabriel Moon as your own. Congratulations once again. I do hope that this discovery brings you some measure of peace. As the voice spoke, I tried to gauge what I could from it. By all aspects, it sounded like an older man. Definitely someone up in years. But there was also something eerie about it. Something that I couldn't quite put my finger on. That, for whatever reason, gave me the sense that I knew who was talking. That they were familiar in some way. Now, as the pleasantries are dispensed, we should go on to more important business. I'm afraid that I cannot as of yet tell you what your destiny has in store for you, or what my plans are. I assure you that in the fullness of time, all things will be made clear, and all secrets revealed. You will find out who I am, Gabriel. As if I care! I heard the doctor shout, suddenly approaching the desk, looking furious. Shut the hell up with this nonsense! Where's my end of the deal? I did as we agreed. Where is what you promised me? He shouted, looking at the holographic display that for the moment was staying quiet. Well, I suppose that's enough time. By now, the man you know as the Doctor has most likely finished his angry rant, furious and wondering where his end of the deal is. It was at that point that several of us started to look around the room, wondering if we were being watched. But this is a recording, isn't it? He can't actually see us, can he? I thought to myself, as I couldn't help but find my eyes wandering as well. You can stop looking, the recording said. I assure you I am not there in the room, nor do I have any knowledge of what is going on. I merely calculated the odds of how this event would play out, based on the personalities of those within the room, and determined that the Doctor would begin and end his rant within a certain span of time. But I assure you, this is a pre-recorded message. I am not present and cannot see you. Now, as for your request, Doctor, you will receive what is agreed within the bargain. You have fulfilled your end of the deal, and as will I. You will remain with Gabriel. Very soon, you will receive a correspondence. This correspondence is very specifically timed. It will arrive when it is needed. This correspondence in question will contain your payment, as well as a few other things meant for others within the group. But do not worry. Gabriel's arrival is the key. Now that he has entered the fray, things will begin to progress rapidly. Pieces will begin to move on the board. The game has begun. You simply don't realize it yet. At least, most of you don't. I surmise that you, Doctor, have a much firmer grasp of how large these games can become, the stakes involved, so do not hold it against me that I choose my timing well. As for the rest of you, continue your lives as ordinary. Do as you see fit, as long as you remain yourselves Everything should play out to my designs, but do be aware that danger is on the horizon to a scale that you cannot yet comprehend. Soon enough, at least some of the stakes will become far more clear. Your enemies will begin to reveal themselves, but until then, Gabriel, cherish the memories that you have recovered. Do not lose sight. Both who you were and who you are now are important. Do not forsake one for the other. A true man values his heart, cherishes those that matter to him. Do not shun yourself. Do not deny yourself the joy of love, regardless of who it comes from. And remember always that there is always at least one person who believes in you above all else. A true believer in what you can accomplish, Gabriel. And as for you, Doctor, you are to maintain secrecy. Gabriel does not yet need to know my identity. Keep it as such, or else risk losing your reward. And in that moment, the recording ended, the visual display dropping, returning back to the holographic image of the woman.